Dogs are incredible creatures, and over the years, people have passed down all kinds of facts about them. But what if I told you that some of the things you believe about dogs aren't actually true? That's right. There are so many myths about dogs that people still believe, and some of them could even be harmful to your furry friend. Today, we're going to debunk 7 of the biggest myths about dogs, so you can separate fact from fiction and become an even better dog owner. And trust me, number 5 is a myth that has fooled almost everyone. Let's start with one of the most common myths out there. 1 dog year equals 7 human years. You've probably heard this since you were a kid, but it's actually not accurate at all. The idea that dogs age exactly 7 times faster than humans is way too simplified. The truth is, dogs age at different rates depending on their breed and size. For example, puppies grow incredibly fast in their first year. By the time they're 1, they're actually closer to a 15-year-old human in terms of development. But as they get older, their aging slows down. Large breed dogs tend to age faster than small breeds, meaning a Great Dane might be considered a senior at 6 or 7 years old, while a Chihuahua might still be sprightly at 10. Instead of relying on the 7-year rule, it's much better to check a breed-specific aging chart to understand how your dog is really aging. Now let's move on to a dangerous myth that could put your dog at risk. Dogs can eat anything we eat. A lot of people assume that if it's safe for humans, it must be safe for dogs, but that's far from the truth. In fact, some of the most common human foods are actually toxic to dogs. Chocolate, grapes, onions, garlic, macadamia nuts, and even certain artificial sweeteners like xylitol can be extremely dangerous and even life-threatening for dogs. And it's not just toxic foods you have to worry about. Some things like cooked bones can splinter and cause serious internal injuries. So next time you're tempted to give your dog a bite of whatever you're eating, make sure it's something that's actually safe for them. All right, here's a myth that a lot of people believe. Dogs see the world in black and white. This one has been around for decades, but science has proven that it's completely false. Dogs can see color, just not in the same way that humans do. While we can see a full range of colors, dogs have a type of color vision that's similar to a person who is red-green colorblind. That means they can see shades of blue and yellow quite well, but they have trouble distinguishing reds and greens. So if you've ever wondered why your dog doesn't seem to care about a red toy as much as a blue one, now you know why. Their world isn't just black and white. It's more like a mix of yellows, blues, and grays. Next up is a myth that has caused a lot of unnecessary fear. A wagging tail always means a happy dog. If only it were that simple. While a wagging tail can be a sign of happiness, it can also mean a lot of other things. Dogs use their tails to communicate a wide range of emotions, including nervousness, fear, and even aggression. The key is to look at the whole body language of the dog. A loose, wagging tail with a relaxed body? That's a happy dog. A stiff, high tail wagging rapidly? That could mean the dog is alert or even feeling aggressive. And a slow, low wag? That could indicate uncertainty or submission. So next time you see a wagging tail, don't assume it means friendly. Always pay attention to the rest of the dog's body language before approaching. Now, here's one of the biggest myths that almost everyone believes. Dogs feel guilty when they do something wrong. You know that look. Head down, ears back, those big, guilty eyes staring up at you after they've made a mess. But here's the truth. Dogs don't actually feel guilt the way humans do. What you're seeing isn't guilt. It's a reaction to your body language and tone of voice. Dogs are incredibly good at picking up on human emotions. So when they see that you're angry, they respond with submissive behavior to try and calm you down. But they don't actually sit there thinking, I feel guilty for chewing the couch. They don't connect past actions to punishment the way humans do. That's why punishing a dog after the fact doesn't work, because in their mind, they don't understand why you're upset hours later. If you want to correct a behavior, you have to do it in the moment and use positive reinforcement to teach them the right thing to do. Here's another myth that has been around for a long time. Dogs should always be dominant over their owner. This idea comes from old school training methods that were based on the idea of alpha dominance, where owners were told to act like the alpha to control their dogs. But modern research has shown that dogs don't see their human families as strict wolf packs. While structure and leadership are important, you don't need to be aggressive or overly dominant to get your dog to listen. In fact, using positive reinforcement training, rewarding good behavior rather than punishing bad behavior, is far more effective and creates a stronger bond between you and your dog. The goal isn't to dominate your dog, it's to build trust and clear communication. And finally, let's debunk a myth that leads to a lot of misunderstandings. If a dog has a cold, wet nose, it means they're healthy. While a wet nose can be a sign of good hydration, it's not actually a reliable indicator of overall health. A dog can have a dry nose and still be perfectly healthy, just like a dog with a wet nose can still be sick. The temperature and moisture of a dog's nose can change throughout the day for completely normal reasons, like the weather, the environment, or even how much they've been licking their nose. So instead of relying on the nose test, it's better to look at their overall behavior, energy levels, and appetite to determine if they're feeling okay. And of course, if you ever suspect your dog is sick, the best thing to do is check with a vet rather than making assumptions based on their nose. So, there you have it. 7 of the biggest myths about dogs debunked. Dogs are amazing, but there's a lot of misinformation out there that can lead to misunderstandings and even mistakes in how we care for them. Hopefully, after watching this, you've learned something new that will help you be an even better dog owner. Which of these myths did you believe before today? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with other dog lovers. See you in the next one.